from outside and inside, staff, etc. And through our mu'takifin themselves, who create such a beautiful environment here. And even if a person doesn't want to, alhamdulillah, he feels a huge change. But my dear brothers, one of the few things I request you is, you saw this behind me. This is a very important thing for us to benefit, for us to improve on our Ramadan, is to make sure that we hear from your feedback. This is not just to massage, a'udhu billah, the ego of certain people. This is to simply actually know what worked and what didn't work. We made big changes from last year, as you may have noticed if you came last year. And we want to continuously improve on our offerings. So please, if you have your phone with you, at least take a picture of this right now, scan it immediately. And you can fill it out after Maghrib. And I want a commitment, inshallah, please, before you go to sleep tonight, make sure this is filled up. All right? Because many times we forget. And then we walk around and we share, I wish it was like that, I wish it was like that. Brother, how are we gonna do that if we don't know? Right? Whatever, if anything good was happened, highlight that. What are the things you benefit tremendously from? What are the things that maybe that you didn't benefit from, or you wish you could have helped in a different manner? Anything, please share it. Like for example, when there was one brother who had some issues with people in his room who were talking so loud and enjoying life, chai, wai, and all this stuff. We found out about it, and it was addressed. But first couple of days, he told me he literally was so angry, he wanted to pack up and leave. He wanted to leave so much because of just the way certain people are acting in the room. Now, this is something that we need to address early on, and make sure that etiquette, because people don't necessarily know all the etiquettes of how to act with people, in a collective way. So these are things that if we know about it, we can address it. So if you haven't already taken a scan of it, please do so now. If you're listening online, if you're listening here, please take a picture of it, inshallah. And please, before you go to bed tonight, we should have information shared with us. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way He gives us hidayah is so unique. And we should have husnul dhan with Allah, good belief, good thoughts, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves me and He wants to guide me, and that's why He allowed me to witness a Ramadan. And that's why He allowed me to witness i'tikaf. The way Allah gives hidayah is shocking. Just not one person came to me. He said, I never came to Chicago in my life. He said he literally Googled i'tikaf America or i'tikaf United States. And this masjid picture showed up, or somehow. And he phoned someone, and he said he's a foreign student. He said, I don't have the means to purchase the airline ticket to come here. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such, he phoned someone over here, who was also a fellow student, who was, let me go check out that place. Came, checked out the place, Darussalam. Fell in love with the picture and seeing it. Alhamdulillah, they were able to arrange tickets. The brother from out of town, and came here. This is now their final day of i'tikaf. But now they are planning to, inshallah, apply for the 1-year program. Right? Even though they are foreign students. So the dua I made for them, and I want all of you to say Ameen, that there's thousands and thousands of Indian Muslims who are studying in America right now through this new visa system, who most of them, unfortunately, whatever, the universities are making tons and tons and tons of money, so they don't even care. You show up one class or just enroll in it, even if you don't show up. That's what it's going. It's very profitable for them. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to work on these students, to have them come and study here while they're in America and getting their masters. And then they can take this deen and go back and spread across the globe, including back in India. There is such a huge need of having programs that remove the veils from the eyes. Just like these 10 days has been transformative. And one of my brothers who I know when he says it's been transformative, it really means it, because I know him. That it has genuinely changed the way he approaches life. Even if you didn't do 3 khatams, if you didn't do 4 khatams, no problem. If you didn't do 1,000,000 salawat, no problem. I know you prayed all your 5 farad salah on time and you did your tarawih. But if all you did, if you got from here, is it changed the way you look at things, I promise you, you have succeeded. You have succeeded. That's the purpose of this i'tikaf. This i'tikaf is not about getting you to read the most. That's where you get in the quiet i'tikafs where no one is there. Or the quiet i'tikafs where no one's there, where everyone's on their phone too. The purpose of these programs that we had, the candlelight conversation, the post-Fajr talk, the post-Isha tafsir, was to truly change our mindset. Change our perception of what's right and wrong. Go back to the fitrah. And I am sure those who attended the programs every single night, they have achieved this. Those who attended all the programs, they have achieved it. Those who did not, and you happen to be listening here, probably you're not here right now anyway. I'll encourage you to do that next year. The next year, say, you know what? I'm going to come in i'tikaf. My goal will be to attend the programs, because these programs are not repeats and are not things that you necessarily get in your own local masjid. I saw a scholar, graduate from the alim course, and all sorts of other things, who has taught years qira'ah and tajweed. So many people are proud to say he's my Quran teacher. Wallahi, I saw right now a video that's been shared on the ulama group spewing kufr, nonsensical stuff about Allah Azza wa Jal. This is the world that a man can study 10 years in alim course and can teach for 15 years. And he can have students who say, MashaAllah, Fulan is my teacher. And now they are saying things that are either outright 100% kufr, or definitely what we call zandaqa. Completely out of the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and only Allah will decide whether that's actual kufr or not. Nowhere a person should, even after going to Sunday school, should be in that situation. This is the era of fitna we're in right now. This is the era of the fitna we're in right now. That ulama who have graduated from seminaries are being also misled to not just mixing guys and girls, which is also a big thing I speak about, which is a big problem. And not just intermingling freely with sisters. No, that's also a big problem, but that's not the end. That's not kufr. We're talking about straight up attacking the fundamentals of deen. This is the era we're living in. When a storm comes in, it doesn't differentiate between a Maulana or a non-Maulana. When the hail and the storm and the tornado comes, it doesn't say, oh, you're for Fajr, let me avoid your house. That's not how this dunya works. A tornado comes and knocks out everyone. We are on a tornado that's attacking the iman of the people. So I don't take this lightly. I know what I'm saying. We need all of us to understand that we're in an era of fitna, and we are in a jihad against the agents of shaitan, from the humans and from the jinn. And so coming here hopefully gave you that realization. I encourage all of you to make niyyah for i'tikaf for next year. From now, don't say I didn't know what it is. The dates, I don't know if our office brothers, if they're listening. If not, I'm not sure. But whoever's there, any of you brothers can pull out your phone and you could even come up with more than likely dates for next year's i'tikaf. The 21st to 30th of March. Okay, lagbag, it's going to be around that. 21st to 30th of March. Basically last 10 days of March. Right now, send out an email to your employer. Last 10 days of March 2025, I'm requesting for leave. You going to do this? All right? That's it. People are saying, I didn't know. Why did you not know? It has nothing to do with Dar Salam. This is already out. Even those of us who follow, of course, local sighting, it's going to be maximum 1 day. Aage piche, 1 day. That's it. So we should all make niyyah for i'tikaf for next year. Inshallah. Number 2, make niyyah to participate in the programs. Not if you cannot participate in all of them, at least participate in one. And number 2, the other ones that happen, try to listen to it afterwards. You can listen to it on speed 2. You're right? I don't know if you're going to be able to understand my speed 2. But other speed 2s, you might be able to understand. But listen to those, and inshallah there's going to be a lot of benefit. Last night in a candlelight thing, I shared something. Most of you may not have been there, but one brother repeated it to me, so I'm repeating it for you. I said, when we invite you to benefit from the programs, i'tikaf, the weekend program, which starts, it's ending now, the semester is called the Tafhim program, starts on Saturday and Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Or the 1-year intensive, or the summer intensive, which is open to all working adults too. Do not think that, bhai, ye apni dukaan chala rahe hain. Apni dukaan chala rahe hain. That I'm here just trying to get students for myself. This is a perception. People say, brother, why are you always inviting towards the programs? I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You want me to invite you to the local church next door? What am I supposed to, what do you want me to do? You want me to invite you to the local club? This is my job. If I didn't do this, you should hold me accountable. But it's not just any dini program. The programs that Allah has allowed in the past 15 years to take place here, that is the word. It's transformative. It really cleanses your mind and heart to go to a more traditional line of thinking. And to go back to what your mom and dad and grandparents want you to think. And I mentioned yesterday that we are not wedded and committed to Darus Salam. My loyalty is also not with Darus Salam. My loyalty is with the deen. Your loyalty should be with the deen. As long as Darus Salam has that, we give our life for it. And Allah forbid, hopefully not ever in our life or grandchildren's life and great-grandchildren's life, hopefully never. But if there's anything that happens, you need to stay loyal to the truth. I don't say abandon Darus Salam at that time. I would say make sure you twist and turn and do whatever you need to do to make sure deen comes back here. Right? Because our commitment is to not just DS. It's a DS that's got the proper understanding of deen. And this is what I learned from my teachers. Our loyalty is with sunnah. Our loyalty is with deen. Our loyalty is not with people. Our loyalty is not with personalities. Our loyalty is not with movements. Our loyalty is not with institutions. Our loyalty is with deen. As long as deen is there, we're there. And if we can push the deen back into it, sure. If not, then you move on. There's people sitting here right now in I'tikaf who were some of the biggest staunch financial supporters of their own local masjids. And they're the ones who got their own local imams through my mashwara as well. I had a portion of it, mashwara, not all of it. But then their own leaders of their community started going way out. They are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on their institutions, their masjids. But the type of ilm and the type of deen that now was being promoted through their finances was so outlandish. I saw it. They don't even know. I saw something online, social media. I called those two brothers, or three brothers, and I said, do you have any idea what's going on in your masjid? And they said, no. I said, I'm forwarding this. I won't go, most of the adults have no time to do this, right? They're not searching. I said, look at this. Astaghfirullah. I say, yeah, this is very big astaghfirullah. Now go and try to bring change. So they gave themselves 5-6 months to go and speak, to bring some changes in the masjid. Spoke to the people involved. But they hit a brick wall. Once they hit the brick wall, they called me back and said, what should I do? I said, move. Move. Because there's an issue about your deen now, for your kids. So for probably a much less pay, much smaller home, mashallah, these brothers moved to be walking distance or 1 minute driving distance from the masjid. They had big, huge, large, nice mansions, homes, nice ones, but they couldn't find. So now they're living in rent, right? With a much less pay. But they're happy because their deen is what they're worried about. So a person needs to make an effort in their own local community. You have to try. If not, go move to another local masjid. I'm not saying all of you move here. Already real estate, we have a big problem here. But go find something. You cannot just say, I'm going to come to Darus Salam once a year. It doesn't work like that. If you're from out of state, you have to find something similar. Find ulama similar to this in your own region. An hour distance, an hour and a half distance, whatever it is. And those of you who live in the Chicagoland area, and i'tikaf or listening from home, your point should be to at least come here once a week. Saturday morning for the Team Fajr program, Tuesday night for the tafsir. One of those. Again, I gave this analogy because sometimes people feel shy. Say, oh, if I keep on inviting to Darus Salam people, what are you going to say? What's wrong with you, man? So I told you, I am telling you this, you can quote me for this. I said, I'm inviting people towards Darus Salam because I feel at the moment there is a cloud of mercy in this place. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending His special tajalli, tawajjuh towards this place. And has made it a place of ilm, tazkiyah and khidmah and fikr, da'wah, fikr. How to bring change within the world. Not just la ilaha illallah, my own zikr and my own ilm. How to really change the world. This cloud moves around. This cloud what? Moves around. The cloud was in Makkah, then it moved to Medina, then it went to Sham, it went to different parts, cities of Iraq, Kufa and Basra, Dimashq, moved to Bukhara, Samarkand, Tirmidh, it went to Mawara al-Nahr, then it moved on to India, subcontinent, the undivided subcontinent. It went to New Delhi, it went to Hyderabad, it went to Karachi, and of course it had stops over in Cairo, massive stops in Cairo, stops in Andalusia, Spain. There are certain times where Allah takes the work of deen from certain regions of the world. Isn't that so? Any basic student of basic history knows that. And that place that was a center of learning, once the cloud moves on, the show is over. Like you go to Mina after Hajj. 3 million people, gone, it's just garbage. Allahu Akbar. There are places now where the greatest books of hadith were compiled, that is nothing left. Nothing left. The stories of Bukhara and Samarkand, you will cry if you hear. Recently now things have improved, alhamdulillah. But what happened during the communist era is unbelievable. So right now there's a cloud on this institution. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He keeps this cloud for centuries. Say Ameen. But we're not committed to this institution because of it. We're committed because of what? Because of the cloud. That's it. Just remember that example. That we follow the cloud. Try your best to keep the cloud over here and do everything you need to. Dhikr, dua, crying, sadaqah, to make sure this cloud stays here. We always want to be the host naturally. Everyone wants to host the Olympics, right? Brings in a lot of money and so forth. Of course we want to host the cloud because this will bring salvation to all of us, right? So now having understood this point, then my beloved brothers, locals, try to pray your one salah here. I was mentioning to the students that the ulama write the virtue of salah. The most virtuous salah is in Masjid al-Haram, then Masjid al-Nabawi, then Masjid Aqsa, and then Masjid Quba. And then after that the ulama say a larger masjid of the area is because you get greater jama'ah. Or the masjid of your sheikh. MashaAllah, you guys been hearing. The masjid of your ustad or sheikh. It's worth it to drive 25 minutes extra to get to Masjid al-Nabawi, or obviously fly 15 hours to get to Masjid al-Nabawi. Similarly, it's worth it to drive 15 minutes to go to a masjid where your teachers are, or your ulama are, where you benefit from. Because your salah in that masjid is not going to be just a salah. There's no way you're going to walk away without benefit. There are, mashallah, 500 plus students of knowledge here. Every single day you have 150 alim course or 200 alim course boys in the masjid. There's no way you cannot benefit from them. Talk to them. I get inspired every time I sit with my students. Their stories, what they're doing, their lifestyle. I mean, how many stories should I tell you? I know a boy who wasn't eating food. Listen, real story. Someone told me, Sheikh, you got to look after this kid. I said, what happened? He's eating leftovers from Team Fajr breakfast for the entire week. If there's grapes, he'll eat grapes for a week. If there's yogurt, he'll eat yogurt for a week. There's no money to buy milk, no money to buy bread. He did not apply for financial aid. Of course, otherwise he would get it. He didn't get the food. He wasn't on the meal plan. And now he's getting weaker and weaker. Anytime there's a leftover food, he just goes to the kitchen quickly and tries to eat something. And I found out there was 2-3 students like this. And real story. One student, subhanAllah, I saw him so droopy. He was so happy, and all of a sudden, 2-3 months in the line, he seemed very droopy, very, very just down. So I called him after Fajr and I spoke to him. I said, what's wrong with you, man? What happened? What are you getting involved in? What are you doing? Why are you doing? I had no idea this is something physical. I thought it was more of a spiritual. And he broke down and crying in front of me. Cried and cried so much. He said, Sheikh, I'm on an 800 calorie diet for the past 3 months. I have lost over 20 pounds. I have no money to buy bread, milk, eggs, nothing. I eat leftovers. I said, why did you not ask for food? He said, I'm already indebted to the madrasa for giving me free tuition and a place to live for free. I don't have the himmah to ask for food. And I said, unbelievable. He said, really, this is why you see my face like this, because I have no energy. And the person had, subhanAllah, such a beautiful life before, but his parents are 100% against him coming here, 100% against. You could, I don't want to say further because I don't want to expose the identity, but basically 100% against. They're not going to pay a cent. So he cannot get any support from his family. Everything's got to be on his own. And the workload here is so intense. It's very hard for you to be working a job. So then he's the one who told me, there's other boys as well. There's three of them, me and 2 others. So I called them immediately, and then I asked this one guy, I said, wait, hold on, I cannot believe you. I don't know your mom and dad personally, but I know they're deendar people. Why are you suffering like this? You know what his answer was? He said, my dad owns a tobacco shop, and I don't want to use that type of money to eat food. SubhanAllah. A kid born and raised in this country. He said, I've come to study ilm. I don't want to use money from a tobacco shop to buy my food. That's why I don't ask them, and I don't want to come on a meal plan for free either. SubhanAllah. So what I'm trying to say is, how could you not be inspired by meeting these young men? How could you not be inspired by sitting with them, talking to them? Their stories are amazing. So you coming here is beneficial for your own deen. You're going to say, well, I can pray Isha 5 minutes away. No, drive 10 minutes and pray Isha here. You can pray 5 minutes for local Fajr. Drive 10 minutes and come pray Fajr here, or Dhuhr here. Not only you'll get a powerful khatira after Fajr or Isha by one of the students, or one of the teachers, but also you get a chance to say salam to so many amazing people. How many times you'll see 600-700 people, just sitting together. The salah, jama'ah is so large. The dhikr, the dua, all those things happen. So all my local sisters and brothers who are listening online, I encourage you to come and pray salah here regularly. Right? Pray your jama'ah here regularly. And attend your Tuesday night tafsir on Saturday morning for Team Fajr. One of those programs. We have our No Tech retreat coming on May 10th. Make sure as you walk out, take the flyers with you and become an ambassador to these programs. I hope that this is the way you keep up. This is the way you keep up. One boy just picked up his phone from the office. I overheard him saying as I was coming here, he's like, oh my God, it's been 10 days since I picked my phone. I said, the shaitan is coming, brother. The shaitan is coming. He said, it feels different. I said, yes. It's your hand is holding on to the drug. Now, Maulana Shibli, for those of you who did not hear Maulana Shibli's conversation with me last night, I'm repeating for them. Maulana Shibli is a teacher. Mashallah, graduated maybe 8-9 years ago. He's a father of two children. Alhamdulillah. But he said his sheikh long ago made a commitment with him, 10 years ago, his ustad, that you have to download this app. What was it called, brothers? Detoxify. D-E-T-O-X-I-F-Y. D-E-T-O-X-I-F-Y. Okay? He downloaded it as a kid, or not a kid, but like 25-year-old or whatever. He was a young man, non-married. He's married with 2 kids, and I still have this app on my phone that I cannot misuse my phone. And I told the boys who were listening and the elders, and I said, look, this is what you call, subhanAllah, someone who knows what he's doing. He's lecturing across the country, he's teaching, he's finishing up his masters, he's doing so much. But he does not trust his nafs. So if you're intelligent, when you go grab your phone today, I want all of us to download, for example, there's so many apps, but this is a tried and tested app called Detoxify that I would suggest that we download that. Get your sons and daughters to download it. And inshallah, this is the main thing. Is zamane mein sabse bada jihad is your phone. If you're protected from the sin of your phone, 60-70% of your deen is mahfuz. 60-70% of your deen is mahfuz. If you simply don't. So those people I met a boy in one masjid I went to speak at. He came to me and asked me a question. And then I said, take my phone number. He pulled out a phone. And he had that called a light phone. You know the light phone? The simple gray one where it doesn't have color. I said, brother, I need to know you. I need your number. I said, after Ramadan, I need to see you. Because these boys I see who have these type of phones, they're special. For me, these guys are the geniuses. They're going to do some great work. Right? The one who can understand that my phone is destructive and that I need to ensure that I cap my use of it and not become a slave of it. Those are the movers and shakers of society. Yes. Not the guys who are always online tweeting this and tweeting that. Bichara, they're bekar. They can't really do too much stuff. The ones who are really going to do things are the ones who have this discipline and self-control. So make sure we become those people, inshallah, who try to get yourself also to get a smaller phone, inshallah. You can have 2 phones, like Dr. Shadi and many ulama, they keep 2 phones. One that they keep for all their daily usage, and then the other one will have, for example, maybe their apps, their emails and stuff like that. It's like their laptop. But they don't carry that around. They use that only when needed. And the other one is the one they always have with them, is the much, smaller version of it. So these are some few things that I want to share. I wanted to share at this final moment. I'm sure all of you have lots of beautiful things to share with me and to share with all of us. You have, again, if you're just joining me right now, please scan the feedback form there. Please scan, and everything you say honestly means a lot to us. We will definitely put it into action and try our best to improve next year. And we need, as always, volunteers as well. So I appreciate all of you who volunteer during Ramadan. If you're a local brother and you say, I cannot become a student right now. I'm 60, 45, 40. I got this stuff going on. I can only come for a tafsir, but I want to make sure I'm scared of losing what I gained here. The simple way is become a volunteer. Take responsibility of vacuum the masjid. Oh no, he's gonna get really mad. He said, brother, why you auction off my thing? Okay, yeah, something else. Take something, whether it's cleaning the window, whether it's serving breakfast on Saturday mornings, whether it's bringing chai or serving on Tuesday nights, whether it is, subhanAllah, just something as simple as picking up the donation boxes after Jummah, straighten up the carpets in the lobby. Take responsibility, and don't ask anyone to. Don't wait for someone to remind you. Say, this is mine. I'm gonna do it. This is my responsibility. Why do you have to tell me? This is for me. I don't need anyone to call and remind me. I'm gonna do it myself. I encourage you to find something in the masjid to do. And if this is not your local masjid, then find something in your other local masjid. But become a volunteer in your local masjid. This is of extreme importance, inshallah. Let us, inshallah, get close together and do our final dua, inshallah. Our Hafizab, what is the dua should be made here or downstairs? What is the tartib? For today, what would be best? We have 7:29, iftar time breaks. Iftar time, so crowd is... So should we do dua? Like I want to do a little bit longer dua since our last one. So, dua is fine? Fine, okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وتبارك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله. Before we begin, inshallah, let us do a quiet everyone, inshallah. Close your eyes, and a few minutes, and this final 10 minutes of Ramadan, Allah Azza wa Jal is freeing millions and millions of souls from Jahannam. Let us all turn our attention to Allah. Let us close our eyes. Let us focus and imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah's mercy is pouring over our hearts. Allah's noor is pouring over our hearts. And all the blackness and darkness of sin and the shackles of nafs and shaitan are being broken as the noor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala penetrates our heart. After that, we're going to do a couple of minutes of dhikr, quietly dhikr, where you focus only on your heart saying Allah, Allah, Allah. Then we'll make dua. Allah. Now focus on the heart saying Allah, Allah, Allah at least 100, 150 times. Try not to move your lips or tongue. Just focus on your heart saying Allah, Allah. And wherever Allah's name is taken, shaitan runs away. So as you're saying Allah, Allah, our own shayateen that we have brought upon ourselves because of our sins are being pushed out. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم انت السلام منك السلام وتبارك يا ذا الجلال والاكرام اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك انت كما اثنيت على نفسك اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى ال سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تنجينا بها من جميع الحوال والأهوال والآفات، وتقضي لنا بها جميع الحاجات، وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات، وترفعنا بها عندك على الدرجات، وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات من جميع الخيرات في الحياة بعد الممات، إنك على كل شيء قدير. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو، الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر، الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم، القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير، الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور، العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب مجيب الواسع الحكيم، الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد، الحق المكين الحق الوكيل الحق المتين الولي الحميد المحصي المبدي المعيد المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الأحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور، ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم يا أكرم الأكرمين يا أكرم الأكرمين يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين، برحمتك نستغيث برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا، وأنت تجعل الحزن سهلا إذا شئت. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم مغفرتك أوسع من ذنوبنا ورحمتك أرجع عندنا من عملنا. اللهم مغفرتك أوسع من ذنوبنا ورحمتك أرجع عندنا من عملنا. اللهم مغفرتك أوسع من ذنوبنا ورحمتك أرجع عندنا من عملنا. اللهم ارحمنا بترك المعاصي أبدا ما أبقيتنا. اللهم باعد بيننا وبين خطايانا كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. اللهم باعد بيننا وبين خطايانا كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. اللهم يا حي يا قيوم إنا نعوذ برضاك من سخطك وبمعافاتك من عقوبتك، ونعوذ بك منك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. رب اغفر وارحم وتجاوز عما تعلم إنك أنت العزيز الأكرم. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. على الله توكلنا. ए अल्लाह हमारे इस माह रमज़ान के रोज़ों को कबूल फरमा ले। ए अल्लाह दुआओं को कबूल फरमा ले, क़ियाम को कबूल फरमा ले। ए अल्लाह सदक़ात और ज़कात को कबूल फरमा ले। ए अल्लाह हमारा कोई अमल काबिल कबूल नहीं है। ए अल्लाह एक एक अमल के अंदर हज़ारों खुदाइयाँ हैं, खामियाँ हैं। ए अल्लाह इखलास के अंदर बेहद कमी है। ए अल्लाह सुन्नत की इत्तिबा के अंदर बेहद कमी है। ए अल्लाह आपको इन अमाल की पहले से तो ज़रूरत है ही नहीं। ए अल्लाह ये तो महज़ करम की बात है। ए अल्लाह आप उस करम की बदौलत या अल्लाह हम सबको माफ़ फरमा दे और हमारे तमाम निकम्मे आमाल को भी कबूल फरमा ले। ए अल्लाह हमारे तमाम नामुकम्मल आमाल को भी कबूल फरमा ले। ए अल्लाह एक एक अमल के अंदर जान पैदा फरमा दे। हमारे बेजान आमाल के अंदर जान पैदा फरमा दे। हमारी बेजान तिलावत के अंदर जान पैदा फरमा दे। हमारी बेजान सदक़े में या अल्लाह जान पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह हमारी बेजान दुआओं में या अल्लाह जान पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह इस मुबारक महीने की एक अजीब फ़िज़ा थी। ए अल्लाह हम ऐसे आमाल कर सके जो हम कभी सोच भी नहीं सकते थे। ए अल्लाह ये सिर्फ़ और महज़ आपकी तौफ़ीक़ की वजह से हुआ है। ये अल्लाह आप तो रमज़ान के बाद भी हैं। ए अल्लाह आपकी तरफ से ये तौफ़ीक़ की दौलत बाद में भी मिल सकती है। ए अल्लाह हम उस तौफ़ीक़ के नाम से पूछते हैं, मांगते हैं अल्लाह जो आपने हमें रमज़ान में दिया कि अल्लाह आप रमज़ान के बाद भी हमें अल्लाह हराम से बचने की तौफ़ीक़ अता फ़रमाए और ये अल्लाह आमाल पर पाबंदी करने की तौफ़ीक़ अता फ़रमाए। ए अल्लाह सुन्नत को अपनाने की अपनी ज़िंदगियों में अल्लाह हमें तौफ़ीक़ अता फ़रमाए। ए अल्लाह नमाज़ों के अंदर या अल्लाह हमारे खुशू खुजू पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह नमाज़ों के अंदर जान पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह नमाज़ों के अंदर जान पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह नमाज़ों में जान पैदा फरमा दे। ए अल्लाह नमाज को बाजमात अदा करने की अहमियत हमारे दिलों में पैदा फरमा दे। اے اللہ نماز کو یا اللہ صحیح وقت پر صحیح طریقے سے پڑھنے کی اہمیت ہمارے دلوں میں بٹھا دے. اے اللہ گھروں کے اندر خواتین کو بھی اپنے نمازوں کا اہتمام کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ وقت پر یا اللہ جہاں بھی ہوں یا اللہ اپنے وقت پر نماز پڑھنے والا ہمیں بنا دے. اے اللہ فرض نماز کے ساتھ آگے پیچھے کی سنت مؤکدہ کی ادا کرنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ آگے پیچھے سنت مؤکدہ کے ادا کرنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ اپنے فرض نماز کے بعد بیٹھ کر اپنے ذکر و اذکار کو مکمل کرنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ اپنی انفرادی دعا مانگنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ روزانہ قرآن پڑھنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ قرآن پڑھتے وقت یا اللہ ایک جذبے کے ساتھ اور ایک محبت کے ساتھ اور عشق کے ساتھ قرآن پڑھنے کی ہمیں توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ قرآن کو اچھی نیت کے ساتھ ہمیں عمل کی نیت سے پڑھنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ قرآن کا نور ہمارے دلوں میں اتار دے. قرآن کا نور ہمارے آنکھوں میں اتار دے. قرآن کا نور بدن کے ایک ایک حصے میں اتار دے. روح کے ایک ایک حصے میں اتار دے. اے اللہ ہم سب کو قرآن کا عاشق بنا دے. اے اللہ ہم سب کو قرآن کا عاشق بنا دے. اے اللہ ہم سب کو قرآن کا عاشق بنا دے. اے اللہ جن اذکار کی ہم نے ابتدا کی ہے ماہ رمضان میں، اے اللہ صبح شام کے اذکار، منزل کا اہتمام اور بہت سارے اچھی چیزیں ہم نے شروع کی ہے اس رمضان کے مہینے میں اور آخری عشرے میں خصوصاً. اے اللہ رمضان کے بعد بھی ان چھوٹے چیزوں پر استقامت ہمیں نصیب فرما دے. اے اللہ یہ بظاہر چھوٹی لگتی ہیں لیکن یا اللہ ان سے ہماری زندگی بھی بنے گی، ہماری آخرت بھی بنے گی. اے اللہ ہمیں ان پر پابندی کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ جتنا زکوٰۃ اور صدقہ ہم نے دیا ہے اے اللہ بے حد قبول فرما دے. اے اللہ بے حد قبول فرما لے. اے اللہ جتنا دیا ہے اس سے ہزاروں گنا زیادہ ہمیں نصیب فرما دے. اور اللہ جتنا دیا ہے جس نیت سے دیا ہے ان نیتوں سے بڑھ کر ہمیں نصیب فرما دے. اے اللہ جتنے ہمارے خاندان میں بیمار ہے اے اللہ سب کو شفا عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ جو کینسر اور دوسری قسم کی بیماریوں میں مبتلا ہے اے اللہ ان بیماریوں کے ذریعے سے ان کے تمام گناہ معاف فرما دے اور رفع درجات کا سبب بنا دے. اے اللہ رفع درجات کا سبب بنا دے. اے اللہ ہمیں بیماروں کی تیمارداری کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. ان کی خدمت کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. ان کے لیے دعائیں مانگنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے. اے اللہ اور ہمیں بیماروں کے دعاؤں میں شامل فرما دے. اے اللہ بیماروں کے دعاؤں میں ہمیں شامل فرما دے. اے اللہ جس مبارک مہینے میں یا اللہ جتنے لوگ دعاؤں کی درخواست کیے ہیں یا متمنی تھے اے اللہ خصوصاً ان کے بچے جن کے بیمار ہیں اے اللہ مختلف النیسز میں یا ان کی گھر والیاں یا شوہر بیمار ہوں اے اللہ ایک ایک کے مسائل حل فرما دے. اے اللہ ایک ایک کے مسائل حل فرما لے. اے اللہ ہم سب امیدوار ہیں. یا اللہ ہمیں آپ بے شک سب سے زیادہ امیدواروں کو امید پورے کرنے والی کی ذات آپ ہی ہے اللہ. اے اللہ تمام کی جو ہم امیدیں لے کر یہاں آئے ہیں اے اللہ ایک ایک کی امید پورا فرما دے. اے اللہ جو ہمارے ساتھ یہ اعتکاف میں بیٹھے ہیں اے اللہ انہوں نے اپنی دنیا کو چھوڑ کر یہاں بیٹھا ہے اس نیت سے کہ وہ نہیں جائیں گے اس مسجد سے اس در سے آپ کے در سے جب تک کہ آپ معافی کا اعلان نہ فرما دے. اے اللہ اس آخری گھڑی میں رمضان کی آخری گھڑی میں اے اللہ ہم سب کے معافی کا فیصلہ فرما دے. اے اللہ ہم سب کے معافی کا فیصلہ فرما دے. اے اللہ جو اعتکاف والوں کے خدمت میں جو صبح شام لگے ہوئے ہیں اے اللہ ان کے لیے اللہ دگنا ثواب کا اعلان فرما دے. اے اللہ ہمارے بعض ساتھی کے افسوس کر رہے ہیں یا اللہ کہ ہم جتنا اپنی ذاتی عبادت کرنا چاہ رہے تھے نہیں کر سکے خدمت میں لگے رہنے کی وجہ سے ان کی کمر بھی ٹوٹ رہی ہے ان کا بدن بھی ٹوٹ رہا ہے. اے اللہ ان سب کو یا اللہ مانگنے والوں سے عطا فرما دے. مانگنے والوں سے زیادہ نصیب فرما دے. عبادت کرنے والوں سے زیادہ نصیب فرما دے. اے اللہ جنہوں نے جس قسم کی بھی خدمت تھوڑی بڑی کر مسجد کے اندر یا باہر کیا ہے مردوں میں سے عورتوں میں سے بھی اے اللہ ایک ایک والنٹیئر کو ایک ایک خادم کو مسجد کے اور معتکفین کے خادم کو اور مدرسہ اور مسجد کے خادم کو اے اللہ بے حساب نصیب فرما دے. بے حساب نصیب فرما دے. بے حساب نصیب فرما دے. اے اللہ اور سب سے بڑی چیز ہمارے لیے ہدایت ہے. سب سے بڑی چیز ہمارے لیے مغفرت ہے. سب سے بڑی چیز ہمارے لیے رحمت ہے. اے اللہ اگر ہم مسجد چھوڑ کر جانا بھی چاہتے ہوں اے اللہ ہمیں جانے نہ دے. اے اللہ ہم ہمارے اپنے سر کے بالوں سے پکڑ کر ہمیں مسجد واپس لے آتے رہے. اے اللہ اگر ہمارے پاؤں دوسری طرف جا رہے ہیں ہمارے پاؤں کا رخ بدل دے مسجد کی طرف. اے اللہ ہمارا دل یہاں اٹکا دے. ہمارا دل یہاں اٹکا دے. ہمارا دل یہاں اٹکا دے. اے اللہ ہمیں برے اور بیکار محفلوں سے ہمارا دل ہٹا دے اور اے اللہ مسجد سے ہمارا دل جوڑ دے. مسجد سے ہمارا دل جوڑ دے. اے اللہ زوجین کے درمیان سچی پکی محبت نصیب فرما دے. اے اللہ انڈرسٹینڈنگ پیدا فرما دے. اے اللہ ماں باپ اور بچوں کے درمیان محبتیں پیدا فرما دے. اے اللہ جتنے ماں باپ اپنے بچوں سے پریشان ہیں یا اللہ بہت سارے یا اللہ ہمارے پاس جواب ہی نہیں. اللہ ہم جواب ہی نہیں ہمارے پاس. جب والدین آ کر اپنے کہانیاں سنا رہے ہیں اپنے واقعہ اب بچوں کے ساتھ جو مسائل پیش آ رہے ہیں یا اللہ آپ کے علاوہ یا اللہ ان کے پاس کوئی حل نہیں ہے. یا اللہ آپ کے پاس ہی حل ہو سکتا ہے ان مسائل کا. اے اللہ آپ اس مبارک موقع موقع پر ہم مانگ رہے ہیں کہ اللہ جتنے والدین پریشان ہیں اپنے بچوں کے بارے میں، اللہ ان تمام والدین کو یا اللہ سکون کی نیند یا اللہ نصیب فرما دے، اور ان بچوں کو یا اللہ ہدایت نصیب فرما دے۔ اے اللہ ان لڑکے اور لڑکیاں جن جن گناہوں میں مبتلا ہے، ہماری قوم کی، ہماری امت کی ایک ایک بچہ اور ایک بچی کو سچی پکی توبہ کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ ان کے اندر ایمانی نور پیدا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ دوبارہ مسجد کی طرف اور دوبارہ گھر کی طرف لوٹ آنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ ایسے ہیں جن کے بچے بھاگ چکے ہیں اس مبارک مہینے میں گھر سے، اے اللہ انہیں پتہ ہی نہیں کدھر ہیں۔ یا اللہ، اے اللہ ان بھاگے ہوئے بھگوڑے بچوں کو واپس لے آ۔ اے اللہ ان کے دلوں میں اے اللہ اپنے دین کی محبت اور والدین کی محبت دوبارہ ڈال دے۔ اے اللہ عجیب زمانے سے ہم گزر رہے ہیں، اللہ عجیب زمانے سے گزر رہے ہیں، ایسے فتنے جو ہم نے کبھی سوچا بھی نہیں ایسا سامنے کرنا پڑے گا۔ اے اللہ گھروں کے اندر آگ لگ چکی ہے، یا اللہ گھروں کے اندر آگ لگ چکی ہے، اللہ ان گھروں کے آگوں کو بجھا دے۔ اے اللہ گھروں کے آگ کے اندر بجھا دے۔ اے اللہ جتنے غیر شادی شدہ ہے اور اے اللہ ان شادی کی عمر ہے یا پھر اس سے پہلے ان کی شادی ہو چکی ہے اور ٹوٹ چکی ہے، اے اللہ ان تمام یا اللہ جو شادی کے لیے یا اللہ امیدوار ہے اپنے بچوں کے لیے، اپنے لیے، اے اللہ ان کے لیے نیک فیصلے فرما دے۔ اے اللہ بہترین فیصلے فرما دے۔ اے اللہ اپنے غیب کے خزانے سے ان کے لیے بہترین جوڑے نصیب فرما دے۔ اے اللہ جن کی شادیاں بھی ہونے والی ہے یہ ہو چکی ہیں، ان کے درمیان بھی آپس میں زوجین کے درمیان محبتیں پیدا فرما دے، ایک دوسرے کا حقوق پورا کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ جن کے والدین باحیات ہے، ایک ایک اے اللہ بچوں کو یا اللہ ان کے والدین کے صحیح اخلاص کے ساتھ خدمت کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ جان سے خدمت، مال سے خدمت، دعاؤں سے خدمت، ہر قسم کی خدمت کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے، اور اس خدمت کے بدولت جنت نصیب فرما دے۔ جن کے والدین جا چکے ہیں اے اللہ ان کے لیے بھی ہمیں صدقہ جاریہ میں ان کو یاد رکھنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے، اور ان کے لیے اے اللہ صبح شام ہر نماز کے بعد دعاؤں کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما دے۔ اے اللہ جتنے سارے دعائیں ہوئی ہیں اس مبارک مہینے میں، ہزاروں ختم قرآن ہوئے ہیں، چاہے وہ دعا عربی میں ہوئی ہو، انگریزی میں ہوئی ہو، اردو میں ہوئی ہو، اپنے دل سے ہوئی ہو، اللہ جو بھی دعا ہوئی ہے اللہ ایک ایک دعا قبول فرما دے۔ اس پورے مجمع کو سننے والا جو ہے ورچوئل ہو یا یہاں، اللہ ہم سب کو مستجاب الدعوات بنا دے، جن کی دعائیں ایک ایک قبول ہو جائیں۔ اے اللہ یا اللہ جو چیز ہم نے مانگا عطا فرما دے، جو ہم نے نہیں مانگا وہ بھی عطا فرما دے۔ سبحان ربک رب العزت عما یصفون وسلام علی المرسلین والحمد للہ رب العالمین۔